Good morning, everybody. This is another beautiful day to wake up and know that you can have every abundance that you have ever put into that vortex of life. Everything that you have ever asked for, everything that you have ever wanted, and everything that you said, oh, please bring me this and I'll be more happy. Or I would love to have this within my life. Guess what? Every time that you throw out those rockets of desires to the universe, they're going up there, right? And the universe is already getting everything prepared for you. But are you getting prepared here to receive it? Many things are getting stacked up behind that door. Mr. Julio has a good story about that one that we'll let him bring out here shortly, about how all the abundance that we've ever wanted is getting stacked up and getting stacked up. But yet, if we are not getting ourselves ready, this machine, this physical body, our well-being, our guidance systems, our source energy, if we're not tapping in correctly to that, then we are putting up what we call resistance. And with that resistance, the abundance that you're wanting within your life cannot and will not come to you. And then you will sit there and you will continuously ask for that same thing over and over again. And it's still sitting right there waiting for you to get in that alignment, with that alignment of knowing that I am worthy, I am blessed, I am an awesome person, and I can receive all the abundance that I need within my life. Why? Because I have opened up my heart and I quit putting resistance to things. I opened up my mind to new opportunities, to new growth, to new adventures, to new things that are coming within my life on a day-to-day basis. Why? Because we get up each day and it's a brand new day. None of us have lived this day before. None of us have been on this journey before. None of us have walked in these shoes today yet. So get up and get yourself within an alignment first, and get yourself within a correct attunement with source energy and within you. And now you're living within your universe, within your bubble, and it has a better understanding. So when you put those shoes on today, the shoes already know the intentions that they need to walk, the places that they need to go, because you've already designed it within your head that morning, knowing what you need to take care of and where you need to go with it. To be able to have your dreams and your desires, you need to get up, and yes, you need to hustle. Because we can ask all day. But like my mother always say, why don't you wish in one hand and poop in the other and see which one fills up first? Okay, because that's just the way it is. Now get out there and take actions for those wishes and move yourself in the directions for those dreams and those goals. And know that every time that you ask for something, or you sit there and you get into a meditative state and you start designing what you're truly wanting, the house, the family, the life, the physical appearance, the way you want to be, the way you want to look, and are you being the true version of you to be able to come out into the world each day and they say, hey, there's Thomas Warden, the true self, not someone he's trying to project to be someone else out here in the reality of world. He's being himself everywhere he goes. He has the happy smile everywhere he goes. He is thankful and blessed for everything that he has in this time-space reality. When he goes out there and says, thank you for the nice blue skies that we have today. Or he goes out and says, thank you for the rain that's coming down today. He says, thank you for the grass. And he says, thank you for everything that he has within his life. So now the universe knows that I am in alignment and I am ready. So are you aligning yourself with the thankfulness? Are you aligning yourself with the abundance that you have already put into that vortex? Are you ready to start receiving that abundance that you have within your life? Because if you're not thankful for your wife that you have now, if you're not thankful for your kids, if you're not thankful for the home, if you're not thankful for that job, if you're not thankful that you have a car to drive, if you're not thankful that you have this phone to sit here and watch us this morning or listen to us this morning, if you're not thankful for the little things that you already have in life, then how can you expect to be ready for the bigger things that you're asking for? The bigger bank accounts, the nicer cars, the bigger homes, the bigger job, the better career. Are you leveling yourself up to max to know that you're ready for that next career level? Everybody says they want that supervisor's position. Why? Because it has more money coming to it. Really? Are you ready for the responsibilities that come with that? Are you ready to be able to work those extra hours, to be able to lead the team, to have work in front of them so all your employees have something continuously doing instead of sitting on their butts waiting for you? So are you that leader? Are you ready for that position? Because if not, guess what? You are not going to get it. And when you do, you're going to fail. Why? Because you're not prepared. You're not putting the correct knowledge. You're not putting the correct skills, the training, or mentors, whatever it is. You need to align yourself with those that you want. You want that beautiful lady over there that's on the other end of the bar and everybody else is scared to talk to? Open up your voice. Go talk with her. because I promise you, she's just like you. She put her pants on one leg at a time. Well, she might have hopped in them. Who knows? But she is a human being. She has a heartbeat. She has feelings and emotions. And yet she's just as scared to talk to you, but been wanting to talk to you. So if you're too scared to go talk to that person, then how do you know where the next direction of your journey or your adventure could go? You know, because that could be the one person right there that could shift your entire life because they have something so much to offer to you. Every individual that you ever meet within life has been through situations. We say this all the time. And every single one of them has a talent or a skill or some knowledge locked up within inside that you may need. So just know that every person that you go out and you throw a judgmental cast on because you don't like the way they look, but yet that man that's sitting over there on that park bench with the overalls on, sitting there every morning with his cup of coffee, watching everybody else go to work, and he's sitting there, and they say, man, that bum is here again this morning. Every morning he's here on at that bench. Did you really know that man? Did you stop and talk to him? Because he could be the one that could buy your car 10 times over, could buy your home 10 times over. But yet you want to make fun of him because you're precasting a judgment from a look. Quit judging people because of the way they look and the way they act. They're living their life and their dreams, and there's a lot of things that they don't truly know or how to do. So live your life and quit worrying about what others are doing or not doing. Take care of you and what you need to do to move yourself into the directions you want to go within life. That's it, hands down. Because this cannot be done and without this right here. And we are only using percentages of it. So actually tap into it. Start understanding it. Flow within you and your imagination. Understand that filing cabinet and know that there's a vortex of things sitting there with that door waiting for you to open it up. Don't wait until you get to the afterlife and walk through the big gates and then start seeing all the doors, and then now there's yours. And then they let you peek in and see all the things that you lost because you did not open yourself up to the opportunities that are out there within life because of the fear and the self-doubt that you put within yourself. Remove those self-doubts and those fears and know you can move your life into whatever direction you want it to go. The entrepreneurs you see on the screen right here have moved and are moving their life because of either a situation that has happened, or they just getting tired of their jobs because they know they're capped and there's no more elevation that they can do, but yet they can feel there's more within them. And yes, you can. A lot of people are awakening to those energies that they're starting to feel and to know that I got more to offer. These skill sets that I've been giving away for so long, I can now learn how to master them and sell my own self, brand myself, build my own business. You're an accountant and you're working for somebody else and you have all the knowledge, but yet you're just complacent with going and hitting the punch, that time clock, and getting paid those little bit of wages that they think you're worth because they set a scale. Do you know you're worth 10 times more than that? Because if you go and you branch out on your own and you start networking your own people and you start bringing in people, then guess what? Now that those that work with you, they go out and tell, hey, you need this done, some accounting work done? Go talk to this person over here because they did me a daggum good job. Now, guess what? That has just put your name up into a better bracket. That Angie's list that everybody goes and looks at, right? Get your name up on that list about showing people how to do different things. And then now all of a sudden you have people contacting you and your network gets a little bit bigger. And then before you know it, you're having to hire people to work for you. Strange concept, huh? No, it's not a strange concept. Corporations do it all the time because you get so big within your dream and your vision that you have, it's going to get to where you're going to need people to leverage their talents because you're going to need to focus on what you're best at. I advertise for a plumbing company and an air conditioner company. Why? Because their focus is on that work right there, not the getting the people. Each of us have different talents. I'm an attraction marketer, so I can bring in people so they can talk to them and get them where they need to go. I deal with it within my health products that I deal with. I deal with online education that I deal with. There's different posts, there's different things, there's different videos, there's different stuff that's always going out. Why? So I can sit at home with my laptop or wherever I truly desire and live this kind of life, a digital nomad. Many people, this is a skill. We have many people within here that has that skill of learning a new direction of life. It's a good day to have a good day, to take this energy to the next level, but it all starts with you first. And if you quit, then you quit on you. You didn't quit on us. You came in here to start something, better yourself, to get yourself into a better direction, to get your energies in a better vibration, to start giving yourself some better words. Now get up and do it every day and make it a continuous habit, 365 days, and then watch this whole year shift into a whole different direction you never even thought. Then watch next year explode even bigger because you continued with that habit. You didn't get results within 30 days of what you wanted. Guess what? It took you this long within life to mess up everything that you had and already could have accomplished. So now let's rewire it and get your mindset going correctly and know that it is going to take a little process to get you back in the direction where you truly need to go, to get back within that source energy. It doesn't happen overnight, but yet you can shift your life. You can put a different process and a thought process into your energy. Now we do it every day, 365, because we're living our life. We're designing our vacation. Someone messaged me this morning, said, how's your vacation going? Every day's a vacation to me. Life is a vacation to me because I wake up and that's the intention I give it, the thought process I give it. So what does that do? It's making me happier every day. So I don't have to do the pin trick all the time anymore. Why? Because I've reprogrammed my mind. I know when I put this in my mouth that once I have a smile, my brain knows that I am now happy. My body knows that I am now happy. So when I wake up with a smile every day, my body knows before I even put my feet on the floor, I'm going to have an awesome day because that's the intentions we set to it. Whew, it's a good day. What you got on the table, Brother Julio?
That's funny, Thomas. You say, how's the vacation? Well, it's probably because people never see you working. You know, they go, what do you mean? Your job is to be on the internet, commenting and posting and advertising and doing, everything else. And you go, oh yeah, I'm creating a life by my own design. Thank you very much. And they're like, you mean you haven't been on a vacation for the last 3 years? No, not at all. I think, I love the leaders in our community. But just people, individuals like yourself, Thomas, you can be a really great example to us all. You've been a great example to me in giving me direction, and as a result, it's made the world of a difference in my life, so I thank you for that. I applaud you for that. You didn't do it for selfish means. You did it, in a selfless manner to build somebody up because you saw the value in me. You saw the value in, in my character, so I thank you for that. But I say that to say that it's up to an individual, to a person. You made a choice. You made a choice, Thomas. You were tired of it. You talk about the whole willy-nilly life. You talk about, work, busting your butt day in and day out, and in order to get to the point where you're at today, where you can enjoy life at another level, at a completely another level, and that's great. Not everybody gets to experience that. And I feel as if not enough people are experiencing that because they're not taking the time to dig down deep within themselves. They're not analyzing themselves. They're not breaking down, their own lives. People are stuck, in what you call the zombie state. Too many individuals are stuck in that mentality. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? They get captivated in worry. They get captivated in anxiety and everything else that comes our way as human beings, everything else that comes our way, in our life. You get so overwhelmed. And you know what? I get it. Thomas gets it. We get it, but there's a way out, guys. There is. And it starts with you. It starts with mindset. Notifications going off. Sorry. It starts with mindset. It starts with you, the individual, tapping into yourself. You, the individual, realizing, that you do have potential, realizing that there's greatness in you, that there's something good in you, that there is more to this life, that you weren't just created to exist. It all starts with mentality. We speak about it quite often. If you win the morning, you win the day. That's the truth, guys. That's the truth. I don't care if you went to bed late last night and you're extremely exhausted. You get your ass up early in the morning, and get the day started right. Don't live life in an anxiety and a hurry. You know why people get into accidents in the morning time? because they're a rush, 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 rush here, rush there. People live their lives like that. It's constant anxiety. There's no wonder why, we have some of the issues that we have, not just in the States, but in the world, because it's a culture. So I'm happy to say that I'm part of a movement that's bigger than that, something greater than that, and what we're doing here in the morning, part of, also our community, and taking people out of that, unplugging them from that BS lifestyle, unplugging them from that BS mentality. I'm here to tell you this morning that it is up to you, ma'am, sir, young man, whatever the case may be. You have everything that's inside of you, everything that you've ever needed, everything that you ever hoped to be, anything and everything that if you could stop for a second and imagine yourself in the greatest form, you're already that today. Today, you're already that person. It's already in you. It's a matter of you tapping into it and realizing it and waking up to it. And then you go, oh, wow, you have the light bulb moment of your life. You start your day off with the thank you. You start investing in yourself day in and day out and build that consistency within yourself. The possibilities are endless. The potential that's locked inside of a person, you, the individual, is so grand. You just haven't stopped. You've been so busy, so captivated, so worried, so anxiety, so busy being a mom, so busy being a dad, so busy, overwhelmed with the stresses of everyday life that you haven't stopped to smell the air. You haven't stopped to smell the roses. You haven't stopped to realize the potential that's locked in you, that's locked in your mind, that's locked in your character. Start to build yourself up today. Look in the mirror today. Tell yourself, hey, I love you. You are sexy, baby. Tell yourself those things, man. And if you don't find yourself to be attractive, then find some attractive characteristics about yourself and say, hey, you know what? You might not be fine, but you got some sexy eyes, baby. You could tell yourself whatever, however you want to word this. It's up to you. Thomas, that's a reality, and we've spoken about it, and we speak about it often. Not enough people have ever told themselves that they love them. How could you ever love somebody else and you haven't learned to love yourself? Self-development is important, but you have to begin to love yourself. You have to realize who you are. That's an issue, Thomas. So many individuals, are out there and they're searching and they have these identity things going on and they're not even realizing what it is, because they haven't stopped. Because they haven't, taken a second. You're so captivated with everything else that you haven't stopped, to realize your potential. You haven't stopped to realize who you are as a person, the things that you're needing to do. Slow down, guys. Start off your day this morning, today. If you haven't done it, say it right now. Take a deep breath in and out and say thank you. You know why? Because you're alive. You are alive today. Check your pulse, baby. You're breathing. You are breathing and you're vibrant, So realize that. Realize the blessings in today and run with that. Win the morning, win the day. But start to build yourself up. Encourage yourself. Impart some great things into you day in and day out. And I promise you guys, you'll begin to see a difference. Your outlook, your world outlook will change. Your perspective will change and everything. If you would stop and just start to pay attention to you, start to invest in you. There's nothing wrong with learning to love you. You can't love other people if you haven't learned to love yourself in a great way just yet. Go ahead, Thomas. Love you guys, man.
Hey, thank you, man. That's nothing but power each day. When he speaks, his voice and the tonality and what he's bringing to you, he's bringing his passion from his heart on what we truly believe and what we know. Because the biggest part that me and Julio and many others within here, we believe within ourselves. We believe within our higher power and what we have within, and we know how we can give it back and what we're bringing to the table of the world now. Before we've been kind of wondering, where are we going? How is this all happening? Why is this lining up? Why do I have all these, topics of a book, written down? What is this all for? I'm not understanding. But yet once he got in tune and started understanding a little bit more of what they're for and why he has them and what direction he needs to bring them in. Now ebooks are coming out. He didn't even, understand all that. Now he's got ebooks he can write. He has different things that he is being able to bring back to the table of the world and to be able to be a motivator.
I can't stand you.
Oh, hello, Stephanie. Miss
There's
Jan,
always a random one in the morning, right, Thomas? We always get one every day.
yeah. Miss Jan, I see you have your hand up, baby.
Yeah, guys, that was so awesome and well spoken, Julio. Welcome. Good morning, guys. Yeah, just to springboard off what he said, honestly, like one thing that people do, they get caught up in the rat race and they get caught up in their life the way it is right now, and they think that's it. And when you really look back, you don't need to work hard. You need to align. Alignment is so key for getting yourself into a different situation instead of being stuck in the matrix, but also letting things unfold. Caitlin and Jang always tell me, like, they ask me, and I'm sure you guys have heard it, what are you creating? And really let this be the springboard for the rest of your life. And really own that, because when you're clear on it and you think and do it like on the daily, I highly suggest it. Like, in the day, look at what you created. Each night, look what you want to create for that next week, that next month, that next year, and then measure it and see where you're at. But also understand that, like we learned this weekend, time, you don't know how much you have. You don't know what tomorrow brings. Nobody does. So remember that you're setting yourself foundation for the future. Enjoy it as you come. And never stop creating, because that's when you're just going to get bigger and better and expand and influence people and have true happiness and passion. And you don't get that when you're stuck in a rat race job that you don't like. So you don't need to work hard. You need to start aligning and thinking of what's really, truly important to you, not your friends, not Thomas, not Julio, but to your own unique self, and then create and manifest that shit.
Manifestations.
Thomas, I think it's a matter of I mean, just to piggyback off of what you just said right now, it's the mentality of the individual. You know, you go and you give your employer your best. You give other individuals your best instead of giving you your best, your family your best, your future your best. The thing that you want to come to fruition, your best. You know, I see it all day long, and it was me. It was me. That individual, I would be so exhausted. Thomas, you know, I've told you my schedule. You know what I got going on, okay? But I'd be so exhausted by the time I got home. It was like the hell with working on me, the hell with working on myself, you know? But it took years and years of me, you know, going through that and then finally starting to align myself. And in that alignment, I realized that there was more. And that alignment coming on here, being injected with this mentality, you know, is what helped me to realize that thing. Like, I have to, there's more out there and you have to do more. But in order to do that, you have to realize exactly what Jen is saying. You have to realize exactly what I'm saying, what Thomas is saying, guys. You know, don't stop giving the world your best when you deserve that. You know, you're not going to, don't get me wrong, as much as we love strangers, and if I have $100, I will bless somebody because he's a random stranger and he is in need. However, if it's a matter of putting food on the table for my family, I have to take care of me and mine, guys. You know, and that's just, anybody would do that. I'm human. You know what I'm saying? These are me and mine. So if I could have some to share, I would share. But think about that for a second. Think about that simple example for a second. You know, you can't help somebody else until you've helped yourself. It's the airplane analogy that we give all the time. They tell you, put on your oxygen mask first, because if anything happens, you're going to slip out of consciousness. How can you help somebody else if you haven't helped yourself? Go ahead, Thomas. I'm sorry, man.
Go ahead. Brother Ricky's got his hand up, and then Crystal will come to you.
Good morning, y'all. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, you're good, brother.
Talking about manifesting what our true desires are. It's just like at the beginning of this week, I had a school field trip to go to, which is today on Thursday. And then I knew I didn't have the finances really to go attend it. And then I just let it go, and it'll work itself out. Also, at the beginning of the week, I have a good friend in the hospital. And I told him I was going to come by and bring him something on Saturday because that's my half a day at work. But if I can, I will make it to you sooner. Well, what happens is I got that magic surprise money in the mailbox. And so that was my finances that I said, it'll work itself out. And then today it's raining. They canceled the zoo trip. All right. And I got halfway to work and all of a sudden they canceled work. So I have something for my friend here at the hospital. I'm at the hospital now, trying to get my emotions together to go in. But that's how, if we manifest, we put our emotions into it, how it just works itself out. And I'm so nervous. I'm trying to get out of my fear zone of going into this hospital and seeing my good friend because I know he's in bad shape. But what I have for him could actually cheer him up in many different ways. So anyway, I just wanted to add that in there, just how everything will work itself out if you manifest it and have your emotions and your passion behind it. It's just a beautiful thing, brother, and I love you.
One thing that he missed in that manifestation part is you have to be ready to receive, because you released the resistance. You release that resistance, then you're ready to receive. But if you're not, if you're still putting up resistance, if you still have that block, that lack of mentality and all that stuff, then guess what? You're putting up resistance. Knowing
yeah, so true.
I have the energy, knowing that I have the words to be able to speak, knowing that I'm going to be able to be at the right place at the right time. The universe has me here for a reason. Instead of on Saturday, I'm here today. Why? Because this is the moment that the universe is connecting y'all together for a reason. So the words that you speak, the words that he speaks, those are things that are going to be so powerful within that moment, within a minute. And you have to be able to be ready to receive the words that he speaks as well.
Right on. It's the positive emotions we put behind our manifestation. But when we add stress, if we have stress to it and add stress to it, we receive more negativity.
That's the lack of.
Exactly. So, put it in thought, believe in it, release it, and don't stress about it. So I love y'all.
Amen. Love you too, brother. Miss Crystal, let's see, you got your hand up. Baby, go ahead.
Hi, yes, good morning. So I just wanted to read something that I had seen yesterday, and when I read it, I reread it probably 6-7 times, and it just really hit home. And what we're talking about here has really just reminded me about what I read yesterday. So it just says, so you're holding a cup of coffee when someone comes along and bumps into you or shakes your arm, making you spill your coffee everywhere. Why did the coffee spill? Well, because someone bumped into me, of course. But that's the wrong answer. You spilled the coffee because there was coffee in your cup. Had there been tea in your cup, you would have spilled your tea. Whatever is inside the cup is what will spill out. So therefore, when life comes along and shakes you, which will happen, whatever is inside of you will come out. It's easy to fake it until you get rattled. So we have to ask ourselves, what's in my cup? When life gets tough, what spills over? Is it joy, gratefulness, peace, and humility? Or is it anger, bitterness, harsh words, reactions? It's up to you to choose. So today, let's work towards filling our cups with gratitude, forgiveness, joy, words of affirmation, kindness, gentleness, and love for everybody else. So
Wow.
That was just a cute little nugget I wanted to share.
No, that was awesome, because in that, like she said, when the cup gets hit or you get bumped and it goes everywhere, what is your knee-jerk reaction happens? And we want to get all upset and holler and scream at that person. And we're going, what are you doing? You're not paying attention. And where are you going? This, that, and the other. But not knowing that they may have been in a conversation, kind of walking kind of backwards, talking to the person, and really didn't notice you because, yes, they weren't paying attention because they were focused on someone else. But yet we put out that knee-jerk reaction, and does what? It breaks that person down, and they're already apologetic because they know they weren't paying attention, and yet you made them feel more belittled by the words and your reactions. But yet we can turn around and look at the situation, evaluate the situation, see what's going on in the area before we open this mouth and give out bad words. Stop and think for just a second and evaluate the area awesome analogy right there. I love that. So
Yeah,
what do
it
you,
reminds me of that morning that I woke up and noticed that my bank account had dwindled to pennies. And I turned, and my reaction and my cup that morning was anger. And I started projecting that anger onto my husband. And as I noticed what I was doing, I stopped myself. Gave myself heck in my head, said, this is not what you want to do. This is not how you want to approach it. And I just kind of said, nope, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'll try to figure it out. I wasn't able to correct it. And so I just was like, whatever will be, will be. And then a couple days later is when my husband won a 5-figure 50-50 draw at a junior hockey game. And it just was a world of difference, and once you let it go, let the universe take over. And yeah, abundance comes to you. That's for sure.
now a question to you, Crystal, would you have had that same mindset prior to coming into this community and organization?
I knew of it. It was something that I'd always struggled on. I knew as I was spilling my cup with my negative words and my anger words and, my harsh tones, in my head, I was saying, stop, stop, stop. But I just couldn't stop that knee-jerk reaction, like you were saying, but no, it absolutely, it was when I started here and I noticed things within a week, just because it's yes, there's quite a bit of repetition in here, but it really drills home that that's the way that you want to be living your life. I look at a lot of my friends now and I'm like, guys, come check out this group. If you can't make it at 7:30 in the morning our time, like there's this YouTube channel. I swear you'll see some help in this. And so I just keep putting it out there for them, because I know that this was my turning point. And this is why I am in here Monday to Friday. My Saturdays and Sundays, I haven't yet jumped on board live, but I do go back and watch. So, but this group has just made a world of change and has really helped me learn how to effectively practice this and do it and move forward.
That's it. The daily practice of a new habit shift that you put into your life. And that's what shifted our lives when we started all this. That's what shifted my life. And then that's how I was able to come along and then jump into here and now be able to do this on a day-to-day basis, because we have found that the world was needing a little bit of direction and needing to hear it on a day-to-day basis. Because a lot of people come in here just to hear the word, I love you. And guess what? I love each and every one of you. You're moving your life in a direction that's making you happy. I am happy for you. If you're moving in a direction that's continuously negative and has the bad words that you're giving to yourself every day, I'm going to tell you to do a little self-evaluation. Start talking to yourself. Start breaking down those voices that you keep hearing within your head. Go to that mirror and start fighting those demons, and you will start seeing a difference within your life, because it is something that we have done on a day-to-day basis and made a continuous habit of it. And once we started making this a continuous habit, we was able to watch our life go from where it was at to where we are at now, because we stay every day evolving with this matrix, evolving every day with the new things that are coming out, evolving my life, knowing that I do not have to just sit around and punch a time clock anymore and miss out on my family and my friends and my loved ones anymore. To be able to know everything that I'm doing is not just assisting me anymore, because like she said, once I figured out how my cup could be filled and how I could fill it up so fast, it makes it easy to be able to fill up, overflow every day. And that moment when I start feeling that negativity in, I've been able to now hold up, put up the force fields, talk to the hand, whatever you got to do. And then I'll get myself into my state real quick and fill up my cup. And then all of a sudden, now they can talk all the negative they want. And I know it's not going to affect me, because I'm not going to let somebody else's emotions anymore affect me when I'm listening to the conversation. And now that I've learned how to do that and get in that alignment and that attunement part right there, then when I'm listening to those conversations, it helps me out a whole lot better to be that life coach, to be that mentor, to be that guider, to be that assistant. Because I am not going to help anyone. I will assist you all day. You've got to help yourself first. You've got to want to. You got to want to do something different within your life, a different thought process, and know that when you come into our courses that you're doing it for you, not for anyone else, but for you. So when the better training starts coming along, pay attention to some of the words that are being spoken. Do we look just like you? Yes. Are we human just like you? Yes. Do we have heartbeats just like you? Yes. Have we been through trials and tribulations and situations just like you? Yes. But what have we done? We have learned to leverage those situations to make us a better person, to be able to guide people as well, because this is our path that we're on. Is everybody on the path of being able to assist like this? No. But is everybody needing some of this? Yes. That's why you see your Tony Robbins and your Gary V's, and you see me and Julio, and you see Jen, and you see Shannon. That's why you see us all over the place online, because we're taking our social media aspects, our mentorship, our motivational speakings, and we're bringing them out to the flat platforms so people can be able to hear them and see them and know that the words that they're getting are by somebody that has a heartbeat. I'm not no computer. Yes, I live in a matrix. I live in the universe, my universe. But we all live within a matrix. What are you designing within yours? You have a choice between the red pill, blue pill, red door, blue door, multiple doors. Focus on one door. Open that door and accomplish what's inside of that room first. And then guess what? Once you finish that room and you've accomplished it and you know, okay, I've got this skill set. I know what I need to do within this room here, whether that's the room of your emotions, the room of your financials, the room of your relationships, the room of your career. Go in each one of them and work on each room a little bit at a time each week. And then you will see a better flow within life. Don't put all your eggs in one basket of working on just career as you're getting started in the 20-year age and starting out within life. Get in there and know that, okay, I'm going to go to this training. This may not be what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, but I have to start somewhere. I have to get into this game of life and start somewhere and be able to start my networking, start getting my name out there, start branding me. Each job career, whether you're working for somebody or you're working for yourself, you're setting your own pace and your own schedule of what you want in life. If you are complacent and like that time clock and the people you're with and you're happy, then that job is a vacation as well, because it's something that you have a passion for and something that you're doing that makes you happy each day. You get out of bed and you're happy to go there and do that with those people and commingle, and you're happy with your pay scale and you're happy with your job and your life and your financials and everything. You think you've got it all in order and you're happy. You've won the game. Keep being happy. That's all that matters. But if you're not happy, then we're telling you to self-evaluate and see what areas you're not happy in. What could I make better within me? What areas do I need to work on for me? Not the people around you, not your loved ones, not your wife, not your children. You got to make you better first. Then your life will start moving into a whole different direction. And you'll have fun with it because you're in a happy state at all times. The adventures that are coming, the things that are around the corner. What's up that stairway? I don't know. Let's go see. What's down that road? I don't know. Turn and go see. I love taking road trips. I'm not someone who runs with a GPS. I got an atlas that stays in my truck just in case I get lost or get into an area. Then I can look at it and say, oh, here we are. All right, that's where we're needing to go. I like to take the back roads. I like to go see the way just other parts of the country. You may find a little hole in the wall breakfast diner. Best people, best food you've ever had. Best biscuits you'll ever find. Things like that. Chocolate factories in the middle of nowhere in a little bitty house that somebody is doing it, and they've been sending out these little chocolates, and they were the most delicious chocolates I have ever tasted. Moist. And she made them right there in her own little house that she had on a corner lot. You know, different little things that you find like that on the road trips of life. Enjoying the journeys as you go. Because if you're not enjoying the journeys, then why did you come down here? I came to have adventures and journeys and build networks and friends. The abundance is within us all. Take that abundance, harness it, love it, and ride it till you drop. Love and appreciate you all, guys. It's been an awesome day. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you.